situation. He reads out, Mr. Speaker, a motion which he tells us was to be tabled for tomorrow. I have to say it's the first I've heard of the words of a motion, because no such...
The government just cancelled an opposition debate to stop scrutiny of the new Prime Minister. Jesse Norman accused Labour of running scared, hiding behind an Iran debate to avoid answering questions. With a majority of 150 seats, they still couldn't trust their own MPs. We break down the chaos and why the new PM is avoiding Parliament. Subscribe to UK Brief 24 for more.
We now come to the statement. Leader of the House.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. With permission, I'll make a short statement to provide an update on tomorrow's business. The business for tomorrow, Wednesday the 15th of July, will now be a general debate on Iran, followed by...
Sorry, Leader.
Sorry.
Do you want to leave now? I am not having that shouting like that again. Are you going to answer me? Right. OK. Apologies taken. Leader of the House.
Mr. Speaker. The House will rise for the summer recess at the conclusion of business on Thursday the 16th of July and return on Tuesday the 1st of September, and I will make a further business statement on Thursday.
Shadow Leader of the House, Jesse Norman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This is a total humiliation and embarrassment for the government. Yesterday, they published an emergency change to government business in order to ram the Hillsborough law through this House with no notice and an absolute minimum of scrutiny. Now they have backtracked again on their own business and cancelled the opposition day, which they themselves had scheduled. Now, why is that, Mr. Speaker? Let me read the motion that caused so much consternation in the Whip's office and in number 10, that this House calls on the government to bring forward a motion to change the date it adjourns to Monday, 20th of July, to enable the new Prime Minister to make a statement about his plans for government. In other words, the government changed the business. It refused even to delay the activity of this House by one day in order to permit the Prime Minister, as he will be, to take a statement and to answer questions as to his intentions and plans. The government has a majority of more than 150, Mr. Speaker, and it could not trust its MPs to vote the right way on that motion. And it could not bear the idea of a new Prime Minister facing any scrutiny before September. A Prime Minister, let me remind us all, who has been chosen by a coronation, not a contest, with no known platform, almost no known policies, and no idea of his priorities or indeed his cabinet team. They pushed us, Mr. Speaker, to take an opposition day tomorrow. They cannot bear the scrutiny, and now they're cancelling it. And to do so, hiding under the, I'm afraid, thoroughly distastefully, under the news, the very distressing news that's happening in Iran, when they could have framed a statement today from a minister or tomorrow on this issue, is, I think, completely disreputable. They're not even cancelling it, Mr. Speaker, for legislation. They could have kept the Representation of the People Act. They're cancelling it for a general debate with no votes. Mr. Speaker, it's the worst possible exit for a Prime Minister, the desperate attempt to create a legacy as though this could alter 2 solid years of failure. And it is the worst possible start for a new Prime Minister. People across this country will see what has happened, and they will conclude that this is a man who is frit, running scared of public scrutiny, before he can even take office.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. If I may introduce some facts into the situation. He reads out, Mr. Speaker, a motion which he tells us was to be tabled for tomorrow. I have to say it's the first I've heard of the words of a motion, because no such motion was tabled for the opposition tomorrow. It was not tabled for tomorrow. We did not see the words of the motion. A decision was made on whether or not the House should debate an unfolding international crisis or not.
Andy Burnham is about to become Prime Minister, and he has already refused to face Parliament. The Labour government just cancelled an opposition debate to keep him hidden. This is the story of how a new PM is running scared before he's even taken office. Andy Burnham, the former Health Secretary, former Mayor of Manchester, is set to become Britain's next Prime Minister this Monday. He won the Labour leadership without a contest. No rival, no debate, no votes from the public. His own party called it a coronation, not a competition. Since returning to Westminster, Burnham has given exactly one broadcast interview. No press conferences, no detailed policy platform, no cabinet team announced. And now, his government has moved to ensure he doesn't have to face MPs either. Here is what happened. Parliament is due to break for summer recess this Thursday, July 16th. That means MPs will not return until September 1st. Andy Burnham becomes Prime Minister on Monday, July 20th. Do the math, that is 6 weeks without the new Prime Minister answering a single question in the House of Commons. The Conservatives saw this coming. They scheduled an Opposition Day debate for Wednesday, where they planned to table a motion to delay the summer recess by just 1 day to Monday the 20th, so that Burnham would have to make a statement and take questions on his first day. But Labour's Leader of the House, Sir Alan Campbell, cancelled the debate. Instead, he announced a general debate on the situation in Iran. The government says they needed to address the escalating crisis in the Middle East before recess. Critics say it is a smokescreen. The Tories pointed out that the government could have scheduled a ministerial statement on Iran at any point. They did not need to cancel the Opposition Day to discuss it. This is when Jesse Norman, the shadow leader of the House, delivered his devastating response. He called the cancellation, quote, a total humiliation and embarrassment for the government. He pointed out that Labour has a majority of more than 150 seats, yet they could not trust their own MPs to vote the right way. They could not bear the idea of a new Prime Minister facing any scrutiny before September. And then came the line that defines this entire story. Andy Burnham is, quote, running scared of public scrutiny before he can even take office. Conservative leader Kemi Badenoch called it an unprecedented move. Kevin Hollinrake, the Conservative chairman, said Burnham would be, quote, the least scrutinized new Prime Minister of all time. Andrew Snowden MP asked directly, what are you hiding from? Even the Liberal Democrats joined the criticism, calling it a dangerous precedent for accountability in British democracy. To be fair, the government defends itself. Sir Alan Campbell claimed he was unaware of the Conservative motion. He said the House needed to discuss Iran before recess, and he argued that a new administration takes time to get into place. But the question remains, if the government had nothing to hide, why not let the vote happen? Why not let Parliament decide? The new Prime Minister has not faced a single question from the public or from Parliament, and now he will not face any for at least 6 weeks. Whether you agree with the Conservatives or not, one thing is clear. This is not how British democracy is supposed to work. Subscribe to UK Brief 24 for more.